Alrighty, so game 4 of this epic series. We're at 2-1 right now of the best of 5. So Derek could take it into the second best of 5 after this game, or Midiga could win the next 2 straight and end it now. So we do have Midiga here, our winner's bracket champion, in the bottom left, spawning as the yellow Zerg. In the top right, we have our comeback kid, who is up 2-1 right now, just lost the last one, but he has been steamrolling his way through the losers bracket and doing very well in this best of 5 so far against Midiga. He's spawning in the top right as the orange Zerg. It's MacabreDerek. So Macabre, as I've said the last few games, has been really trying the same build every game so far. Last game he tried to deviate a little bit and try a hatch first, and slipped up a little bit by the placement of that second hatch. So he went to his third instead of his natural, and then ended up canceling it. And so he got a little bit messed up there at the beginning of the game, and I think it might have cost him, since their builds were just so similar throughout the game that it really affected him being a little bit behind from the very start. So Derek will put down this 14 pool, as is pretty standard for him. Midiga's pool looks like it was a little bit earlier in supply. He's only at 13 supply right now. Oh, it looks like he went gas first. So it looks like he might end up doing some very quick speedling aggression here, which I would like to see, just by the way that these two have been playing. They both generally set themselves up to be very vulnerable for early speedling pressure. So it's good that he's noticing that and is going to adjust a little bit and try to get that quick speed out. D. There we go. So we do have an expansion, as expected by Derek. This 14 pool, 15 expand build that he's been trying out. It's been working pretty well for him. Midiga still is on one base and doesn't look like he'll be expanding very soon. It looks like he's going to get some Zerglings out, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He has 6 Zerglings, and it looks like they're rallied outside of his base, in front of his natural, it looks like. So maybe those will be to protect his expansion, or maybe they will be just push on and see what Derek's got going on over here. Derek did get his gas at a earlier than usual time for him, so I think that's a good thing. I think that was hurting him, not getting the gas early. The last couple games, he's been getting his gas earlier, and it's worked out to his advantage. Oh, looks like there was a cancel on that expansion. He probably, okay, so I'm guessing he scouted this early Ling attack and decided to cancel the expansion and put some defenses down. So smart, very observant play by Derek. So we'll see if he's able to hold this off, which it looks like he should be. Speed will be finishing up. Speed is finished up already. He's going to try to snipe out the spawning pool. Oh, this could be bad if he's able to take this out, but he won't be able to. And a Roach Warren's coming up in the middle of this. That's interesting. And good, and injects in the middle of this too. It's always hard to hit those injects when you're under fire like this, but this is the time where it's most important to hit your injects, because you need that larva to defend yourself. If you miss an inject, then you're going to just lose the game, because you're not going to be able to defend. So this is a nice wall out. There's a little bit of a gap there that maybe a queen could be stuck in or something. He's able to squeeze in there and get some worker kills, but it would risk losing a lot of lings to these spine crawlers, which he did not want to risk doing. He is going to go back home. We do have 6 roaches coming out now for Derek, and an expansion for Midiga. So we might actually see things turn around now and see the aggression from Macabre. But it looks like he will take an expansion also. So I would like to see something like a push. Oh, well, we're not going to see that yet because Midiga's coming back and going to force another cancel. With his Overlord here, Midiga knows exactly when that expansion is going to come, and he's going to stop it when it does happen. And he's peeking. He's going back and forth, waiting for that expansion to go back down again. So Midiga will be able to get his expansion up, and it looks like Derek will not be able to get his expansion. He's going to get denied for quite some time, unless he can kind of force these lings back and kill this scout. But again, he's blocking off the ramp. He's been very good about doing this, about blocking off this ramp so he can't get ling run-bys into his mineral line. Unfortunately, if he lets this hatchery sit for much longer, Midiga's going to be able to pull ahead. And Macabre is going to push out of his base a little bit and try to get this expansion and try to hold it. He has his army carefully waiting around this ramp so he can quickly block that ramp off so that he doesn't have to worry about any ling run-bys. And Midiga will let him have it this time and go back home. I think that's a fine choice. I think either way, putting pressure on would be okay. But since Midiga already does have his expansion down and is getting saturated, he doesn't really need to. It was delayed long enough so that Midiga already has an advantage. So we are going to see a little bit of a push, it looks like, from Macabre. And it's going to be a close fight. They both have a pretty equal army in size. Macabre is going for roach speed, which is always a good thing to have. And he does not have ling speed, so these speedlings will be able to get very easy surrounds and kills on the slow lings. But the roach numbers looks like Macabre has the roach numbers, but it's not going to matter because all these speedlings getting the surrounds and so many targets to hit for these roaches that they're going to be able to handle them pretty well. And unfortunately, now that Macabre lost that army for basically nothing, no economic damage, he is significantly behind, especially with as delayed as this expansion was. Let's see if Midiga will be able to capitalize on this pretty big lead that he has right now. And just a few lings is able to kill a couple of roaches that and then so Midiga has some roaches of his own to answer and is going to be able to take out one of the spines before it's able to bury. And these roach numbers are actually going to outnumber Derek's, and Derek calls an early GG. So that quickly evened out to 2-2 and is going to a fifth game. So let's jump into that.